You know what really bothers me about the people who will tell you to just forgive your abuser and move on? It's how fast they skip over the person who actually lived that trauma, was victimized. And by the way, when we're talking about people who hurt children, we're talking about a child who was defiled by an adult, probably an adult they knew and were supposed to trust, because that's how most of these things happen. But especially when Christians, like, to me, it's so ironic, specifically from Christians. Look, I'm not a Christian. I was born and raised in a Christian cult. I suffered 20 years of cult abuse, including child trafficking, all done in the name of Jesus and God in the Bible. I'm not here to blame Christians, okay? I'm mature and healed enough to understand it wasn't Jesus and God in the Bible abusing 25,000 children. No. It was people abusing power and using religion to get away with doing bad things to children. Okay, so the reason that I'm combating this today, the reason that I work with law enforcement and go undercover and do all this stuff to protect children, and then also run my mouth on the internet to try to help people understand this is not a theory and help them, compel them to do their part to actually help. There are so many Christians, like, of all the random people on the internet, it's always the Christians that are like, we're supposed to forgive and God should judge and we should not judge and we should just move on. It's ironic because there is rampant harm to children happening in churches and places of faith, number one. Number two, generally within these bodies of believers, we don't see a lot of accountability, much less acknowledging of this problem, much less the desire to solve this problem, right? But then we go straight here. We go into me quoting the millstone verse that Jesus repeated 3 times in the New Testament, which was pretty crystal clear, talking about people who hurt children would be better to drown in a terrible way. There are so many Christians, like, you'd be surprised the percentage of Christians that are like, he wasn't talking about children, we should just forgive and move on. Okay, let's just go way past all the biblical theology that I'm not here to discuss, because I'm only using your premise, Jesus's words, right, to compel you to protect children. I don't need someone to tell me to protect children. I don't need it to be a religious concept. I just do it logically. Okay, but for the people in the back trying to pretend like Jesus wasn't talking about children, trying to misappropriate and even assign a different meaning to the words of Jesus, like, I'm not here to Christianize you, because fun fact, I'm not Christian. That's not my logic. I'm just putting it in y'all's face because it should be so crystal clear, all right? But here's where I'm really going with this message today. Why are we so quick to defend predators? Why are so many people so quick to rush right into, like, redemption and forgiveness, etc., but they're not even ever, like, of all the Christians that have debated this forgive the predator concept, I have not had any of those same people talk about the victim, the child. It's like there's this reflex to protect the predator and try to, like, patch things up and make it pretty and pretend like everything's okay, but we're not even acknowledging the person who was hurt. So it's almost like these people are just protecting reputations or wanting Team Christian to look good, and I just letting y'all know it does not look good when you guys sweep this stuff under the rug. It actually really contributes to all the problems. Anyway, the point is, why are any human, regardless of what you believe or any